Are your follower counts sky high? In this video, Jay gives you 3 unique social tricks. Number 2 is my fave. Enjoy!
So, growth is a funny thing. Social media growth is an interesting thing because almost everyone thinks they're doing okay. You think you're doing okay. The guy next door to you thinks he's doing okay. Everybody thinks they're doing okay. But if you're not Logan Paul, if you're not Kim Kardashian, are you really okay? Like, you're nothing compared to them. It's pitiful. It's embarrassing. I'm not trying to make y'all feel bad. I'm like this too. I'm a giant hypocrite. But at least I can admit I'm not growing super great on social. And I know how, which makes it worse. But I can at least share what I know. I can teach you how. I can explain this. And so the first step is just admitting I'm not growing as fast as I'd like. I'm not growing as fast as Logan Paul or Kim K when they broke out. I'm not creating that big spike. I'm growing okay, I guess. And so if you can admit that, then you can admit there's room for improvement. And you can admit there's ways, like tricky ways that people grow better. There must be, right? They've done it. Lots of people have done it. We're not doing it. So what are some of these different ways of growth, right? The main one that all the successful people do that everyone else doesn't is outreach. Knock on doors. Get out there. Cold calls. Wave the flyers. Stand on the street corners. Hand out the coupons. They prioritize it. They make sure they find a way to get their stuff in front of other people. They don't care about rejections. They don't care about people getting upset. They don't care about anything. They know they have a valuable thing to offer, and by golly, they're gonna get it in front of people. If you're watching this video, I can almost guarantee you don't have that attitude. And it's an attitude. I'm not talking about actions. Like you have to go out and hustle and grind. I mean, you might, but the attitude comes first. And if I go talk to the Kim K's and the Logan Pauls, their attitude is, oh, we got to get in front of people. That is, I'm waking up like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm eating outreach. Kim K went out to like 1 million clubs in a year or something. Like, who does this? This is inhuman. But she saw it as her job. She doesn't care if people saw her, didn't, who got upset, who didn't, which bouncers got pissed off, whatever. She got out there. She had to get out there. So yeah, this is the biggest difference, is your attitude towards outreach and self-promotion. And there's a lot of nuance to it. I'm not going to get into it here, but there's classy ways to do it. There's sleazy ways to do it. There's fast ways to do it. There's like slow and steady ways to do it. Regardless of all that, you need to experiment and explore those ways and find out what works for you. But the main thing is your attitude towards outreach. And I can almost guarantee if you're watching this, your attitude towards outreach needs work. And so does mine. But hey, I delegate my outreach, yo. I partner up. Social media manager. Let's say you feel like you're good at outreach and there's no real room for improvement there. You're already knocking on all the doors, doing all the cold calls. You know, I could argue, like, have you hired a volunteer or paid somebody to do more for you or whatever, right? Like, there's always ways to expand. But let's say you just, for whatever reason, you don't want to improve in the outreach area. Fine. But then the next question is, how are your hooks? Like, if you take 2 salespeople, they go knock on doors, and one of them is a vest salesman, and the other one is a bulletproof vest salesman who will stand in front of you and shoot himself with a gun to prove his bulletproof vest works. Which one is going to get invited into homes or have more attention or, you know, get sat down for a consultation more? The other one's going to be like, this guy's going to be like, he's lucky if he finds one person in 1,000 who's interested in a vest. But this one's going to get like housewives who've never, like would never even, they have no need for the product at all, just to see, they're going to invite him in. And they'll be blabbing about it for weeks to family and friends. Not all outreach is created equal. And you got to admit to yourself how effective your hooks are, how good your demos are, how awesome your proof is, right? What level of shock and awe and controversy and emotion are you able to elicit from the people you're contacting? Because it takes enough energy already just to go out and write people and to contact them. If you're wasting your energy throwing it away with a vest when you could be offering a miracle, it's gonna suck for you. But if you're the guy who's offering the miracle, you're gonna be rolling in money. You'll get so many leads. You got people following you who have nothing to do with your industry. They're just blown away by the value, by the shock, by the demonstration, by the controversy. They just want to be associated with you. That's how you grow social media. That's how the Kim Kardashians and Logan Pauls get it. Like, half the people don't even like Logan Paul, but I've never seen anyone do that in the Japanese suicide forest. So, I mean, yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is, are your hooks bold enough and controversial enough? And then the third tip is persuasion, right? You're already going out and doing the outreach, let's say. Maybe you even have a pretty cool offer or a product to show. Even that doesn't persuade people. You might get followers for shock and awe, but have you persuaded them to engage with you, to be loyal to you? Have you persuaded them that you're worth way more time and attention and mind share? Like, your brand is worth more in their life than something else they could spend their time on, because everyone is busy and has a full life. 24 hours a day, they're doing something. Even if it's Netflix, they're doing something. And Netflix usually claims more mind space than everyone else. So have you persuaded them that you're worth more than Netflix? You're worth more than going for that other Starbucks drink, right? Have you persuaded them? And again, if you're watching this video, I can guarantee you, you are not good enough at persuasion. People who are awesome at persuasion are out there making a killing, and they're not searching how to grow my social media. You want to study people like Robert Cialdini, Blair Warren, Kevin Hogan, Oren Klaff. These are incredible persuaders. Or get even bigger and deeper and study Hitler and Trump and the massive crazy dictators who somehow persuaded everyone. Something's up there. They know what's up. Edward Bernays, founder of propaganda, right? If these names are not tip of your tongue, if you can't rifle them off, you probably have some room to improve. And so, you can look into PR, you can look into propaganda and pitching and persuasive copy, hypnotic copy. It's a pretty big topic. But I know for a fact, most of the people out there in society right now trying to grow their social media aren't using any of these things. They're not using outreach. They're not using shock and awe or like a powerful demonstration. And they're not using persuasion techniques. And they wonder why they're not growing their social media. It's like trying to bake a cake with no flour, no eggs, no yeast, no heat. Why isn't it working? Why not grow cake? Like, come on. So great question. I will speak about follow, unfollow. Sure, if you follow 20,000 people, 200 are going to follow you back or whatever. Great. But that doesn't, this is not how to build a following, right? It doesn't mean your product's good. It doesn't mean you persuaded them. It doesn't mean anything. It just means they felt like, oh, someone liked me. I guess I should like them back. Some small percentage of people followed you back. They don't care about you, whatever. This is not good outreach. I mean, it's okay. It's better than nothing. At least you're finding followers. I'm pretty sure your son actually used this strategy to get his followers. If you look, I think he has like 9,000 he follows, but he's followed by 2,000. So the point is, follow, unfollow it's a step. It's a decent bump in your numbers or whatever, but this is not a very good strategy. And if you look at all your idols, look at the Gary V's, the Tony Robbins, the Evan Carmichaels, the Marie Forleos, the Gabby Bernsteins, the Kim K's, the Logan Pauls, you'll notice they don't use this strategy. They don't follow tons of people. They follow 5, but they have millions because it's not a good strategy, and it's not how they did it. They did it with proper outreach and proper shock and awe and proper persuasion. They knew how to persuade the masses. They knew what spoke to people and resonated. Even if it's trash, even if it's gossip, even if it's entertainment, they knew what would get their audience. And you have to know what would get your audience and deliver it. And it takes practice. It takes refinement. It takes experimenting. You have to fail. You have to like, oh, it didn't work. Why didn't this person listen to me? You have to be like, man, I got to write something different. Oh, now that I changed this word or this offer, it's going better. It takes a ton of refinement, right? It takes a ton of rewrites. It takes a ton of outreach until you get it right. Just like if you're perfecting a recipe in someone else's kitchen in a strange land, it takes a bunch of experimenting until you finally get it just right. And that's okay. But admit it and get started. Whew. All right, so at time of recording, I don't have that many followers. Maybe you don't want to take advice from someone who doesn't have billions of followers. But I know what I'm talking about. I have a lot to offer on this subject. I've studied it, and hopefully what I've said here speaks to you and resonates with you. And you can tell this man can help me. The same way Phil Jackson, who can help Michael Jordan. Like, he just knows some things. And if you want more, check out my exclusive underground Facebook group in the link below, and I'll help you out. In the meantime, I gotta go follow and unfollow some peeps.